Hi, my name is Kennedy Randolph, and I'm a rising freshman at Virginia Tech. When I heard about Virginia Tech's MSP Veterinary Scholarship Program, I was ecstatic because I know there's a shortage of vets right now, and the veterinary field could use more diversity. So when I heard about a scholarship that was essentially promoting both, I was super excited. The veterinary medicine field is crucial because many people across the entire world have pets, and we need people to be able to be there for our pets when they are not healthy, or just to give them checkups and make sure they are healthy. Although working with animals can sound like the dream job, it has its cons to it. Because nothing is perfect in life. Not only are you dealing with animals, you're also dealing with people, and people are not always the kindest, but I think that in situations like these, patience is something that is great to have. Whenever I'm in a situation where I feel that there's tension between me and another person, I always think before I speak because I don't want to say anything that'll escalate the situation any more than it already is. I want to be able to tell myself that I have done everything in my power to de-escalate the situation and not stir the pot even more. But sometimes the problem isn't always someone showing aggression towards you. Sometimes the problem could be from someone not carrying their load. In this case, it's important to kindly communicate with them that you feel this way. Like in situations like these, I approach the person as non-aggressively as possible, and instead of telling them that I feel like they're not working hard enough, I'll ask them to do something specific. So for example, in high school, we did many group projects and I worked with many different people, some of which were great to work with, some of which were not as good, but I always made it a point to be kind to them. There was a specific time in my English class when I had to work with someone that I didn't typically work with. I felt as though I was doing most of the work, but instead of saying this so blunt and carelessly, I decided to ask them if they could do a specific task, and I thought that that would help us work more efficiently. I asked them to do this task in a completely non-confrontational way, and they simply agreed, and we were able to get our work done with no problems. But had I said it differently, it may not have worked out like that, and it could have led to unnecessary conflict between us. Overall, when working in any type of group setting, it's very important that you control your behavior because people will feed off your energy, and if you have hostile energy, it'll escalate the situation. With failure. Failure is inevitable in life, so I've learned how to deal with it in a healthy way that'll build me up. So whenever I have to deal with failure, I remind myself it happens to everyone and it isn't the end of the world. This thought process helps to calm me down and not get too into my head. Keeping a positive mindset is key to success, and once you master this, I think the obstacles of life will be a lot more easy to overcome. So since I ride horses, failure is something that is pretty common, whether it's a small or a big fall. In 2020, I started riding this young horse named Reddy. I was working to help break him in, which resulted in many unplanned falls. Reddy would often spook, and I fell off him pretty frequently. Whenever I fell off, though, I would get up and try again. If there was something that he spooked at, we would ride past it again so that he could see that there was really nothing that he needed to be afraid of. I simply could have decided not to get back on him after falling, but I didn't. Every time I got back on him and we would conquer whatever it was that was bothering him. After riding him for a while, we got to a point where we could jump an entire 2-foot course. Even though it wasn't perfect, we did get over all the jumps successfully. I wouldn't never felt so confident and so proud to have done that if I wouldn't have tried my hardest to ride him and to get back on him every time I fell off. Reddy, unfortunately, was not my horse, so I no longer get to ride him, but whenever I think back to times like these, I feel great knowing that even if I was nervous or uneasy, I still got back on, and I pushed myself out of my comfort zone. If I were to be dealing with another horse like this, I would remember my times with Reddy and tell myself that these small failures overall will make me a better rider and lead to major improvement and bigger achievements. This goes for pretty much everything in life. You'll figure out new ways to conquer difficult tasks and build self-value and self-confidence through getting back up. So never let failure get the best of you and always try again. Thank you.